Welcome back. I'm your host, Darnell Jackson. In this crypto report, we're going to be talking about Jerome Powell. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to your favorite channel on YouTube, Darnell Jackson Crypto. Let's jump over to the agenda. We're talking about Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, who says you won't need cryptocurrency or stablecoins with a US CBDC. That's a US central bank digital currency. Let's jump over and check out a tweet that was a response here on this topic from Tyler Winklevoss. He says a US digital currency won't make Bitcoin obsolete any more than the US dollar makes gold obsolete. If anything, the US dollar and Jerome Powell's endless printing of it makes Bitcoin all the more necessary. Face slap. Very, very interesting development in this conversation indeed. Here's another comment. Fed telling you it will retain sovereign control over money. Necessary or obsolete has zilch to do with it. USD is a cornerstone of US foreign economic policy. Exceedingly naive to believe the US would forfeit its exorbitant privilege to a decentralized currency. Couple likes on that. Okay, now, so that's the initial tweet. And this is obviously a very powerful comment. We're going to get to the video here in a second. Let's look at the headlines. Talking about this breaking story, we have noticed a continued trend with countries adopting central bank digital currencies. Here's a tool that tracks this. The AtlanticCouncil.org has an interesting map that shows the different nations and how far they've come in terms of central bank digital currency adoption. It shows there's 19 countries that are orange that are actually piloting a CBDC, China being the first to go live, and their pilot started in 2020. And so you can use this map to kind of zoom around and see what is going on. And you can see the United States is in yellow. The US Federal Reserve has been actively researching a central bank digital currency. At least 2 prototypes of potential payment systems connected to a digital dollar are near completion. This is being led by officials at the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. James Cunha, who leads the project for the Boston Fed, has said that they plan to unveil their research in the fall of 2021. This we have heard from Fed Chair Jerome Powell in the past, talking about a report will be due here in the fall. So you can see the spread across the nation. Another report: South Korean internet giants bid for central bank digital currency pilot. This article from Helen Parts for Cointelegraph is talking about the Bank of Korea plans to select an operator to run a blockchain-based CBDC pilot next month that will test a digital yuan in various use cases. So this is just another sign of adoption of a transition for central banks from the old way to the new way. So let's take a look at the headline for what Jerome Powell has been saying. Now, this is a report from Reuters published today, and Jerome Powell says a Fed digital currency could undercut need for cryptocurrencies. Obviously, this sent off shockwaves. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell on Wednesday said one of the stronger arguments for the US central bank to set up a digital currency is that it could undercut the need for private alternatives such as cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. Explosion. Asked during a congressional hearing if having a digital currency issued by the Fed would be a more viable alternative than having multiple cryptocurrencies or stablecoins emerge in the payments system, Powell said he agreed. A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that attempts to peg its value to a conventional currency, such as the US dollar. This is an article from Jonelle Marte in Reuters, and that is very, very provocative information, especially for the crypto bulls. What is your response to that? Let's jump over to the actual C-SPAN video and see if we can jump to the part where Jerome Powell makes his remarks. It's right here at about 28.
I don't know how much of it's paid for, that kind of thing, but sort of the net deficit spending would enter into
this is about
really of the economy and ultimately into projections.
This is about the part where he makes his remarks.
Over time. It's hard to say exactly how without knowing a lot of
He is in
it also depends, it matters what money is spent on and over what period of time.
monetary policy meeting.
So, the spend rate matters, but fiscal policy, both tax and spend policy impacts.
Representative Patrick McHenry is going to ask him
In Congress that are saying that
a really good question.
responsible spending won't impact the Fed's decision making, it won't impact our economy.
Here it comes right now.
It certainly is not in keeping with how these decisions are made. So I want to switch subjects a little bit.
Please do.
Now, as you know, there's been a great interest in central bank digital currencies. Many countries, like China in particular, are focused on establishing a CBDC. You indicated this earlier this year that the Fed would study and issue a white paper on the subject. What is the status of that report?
We expect to publish a report around, could be early September, plus a
What's going on here? Now they're trying to block the information. You heard them say early September, and then it's starting to freeze up here. What's going on? Come on, Jerome, tell us. Haha, this is unbelievable. Oh, now it wants to freeze up. So you can see the link to this.
deficit spending would enter into anybody's projections, really, of the economy and ultimately into projections of the labor market and of inflation over time. It's hard
Get to
say
the crypto
exactly
part.
how without knowing a lot of details, because it also depends, it matters what money is spent on and over what period of time.
I want you to hear it in his own words.
So the spend rate matters, but fiscal policy, both tax and spend policy, impacts the Fed's decision making. So for those in Congress that are saying that irresponsible,
I want to know what you guys think.
Fed's decision making won't impact our economy long term.
Okay.
It certainly is not in keeping with how these decisions are made. So I want to switch subjects a little bit.
Switch.
Chair Powell, as you know, there's been a great interest in central bank digital currencies. Many countries, like China in particular, are focused on establishing a CBDC. You indicated this earlier this year that the Fed would study and issue a white paper on the subject. What is the status of that report?
We expect to publish a report around could be early September or plus.
Something's going on with it, man. Something's going on with it. That's crazy.
Earlier this year, the Fed would study and issue a white paper.
It's crazy. So we tried to take a look at it, but he said what he's been reported as saying, and I want to know what you think about it. Jerome Powell is out here saying you won't need cryptocurrency. Does he know there's a couple $1 trillion already on the line? Let's take a look at how the prices have been responding. What do you think is going to happen to Bitcoin? Do you think investors are going to listen to Jerome Powell? Are they going to wake up and realize this fall that, you know what, I don't need Bitcoin? Why am I holding Bitcoin when I can go get Jerome Powell coin? What do you think people are going to do? How sophisticated do you think the investors are? If you look at their behavior in the altcoin market, are you getting the impression of people that are tremendously informed, or are they kind of following the person in front of them? How do you think the USDC will affect crypto prices? Because it's definitely coming. It is for sure on the way. There's no way to dispute that. Make sure you check out my other video talking about Jerome Powell and what he was meeting with Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong about. Make sure you check out that video and post in the comments. If you like this video, I want to thank you. If you didn't like this video, share it with somebody who will. Until the next time, peace.